And how many of you have ever found yourself in a conversation where you felt the other person wasn't listening? They could either be texting on their cell phone while you're talking, looking around the room, or even down at their watch. Okay, so you can see the majority of us feel the same way about that. And so just to give you a little fun fact, 60% of our communication is nonverbal. We portray our feelings without the use of a single word, such as our gestures, our posture, facial expressions, clothing, and eye contact. I want to make you aware of how nonverbal communication plays an important role in our everyday lives. Being aware can help us improve interaction with each other. I will touch base on different nonverbal communication cues, the pros and cons of those cues, and the many cultural differences. First of all, we'll concentrate on the different cues. We have gestures, which could be a high five or a thumbs up or a peace sign. We have facial expressions. You can either smile when something makes you happy or frown when you receive bad news or something sad that you've just seen. Posture also reflects our emotions, and so maybe one day you see someone walking down the street, hunched over, looking down at the ground, and we can automatically assume that maybe something's wrong with that person. Eye contact is another important communication cue. It's important to maintain eye contact to let the other person know that you're hearing them out or you're kind of following along with what they're saying. Personal space is also an important thing here in America. Have you ever been in a situation where maybe you met someone new and they kind of gotten a little too close for comfort? You want them to kind of back off a little bit. And so I'm pretty sure a lot of us have gone through that. And lastly, I have the clothing as well. I could have come here today dressed in biker clothes, leather pants, a mohawk or something, and possibly could be expecting another type of speech from me. Next, we'll concentrate on the pros and cons of our different communication cues. Some of the pros would be we can see if our message is getting received clearly by others, if just with a simple nod of their head, or even if they maybe get confused while we're talking, they might give us a facial expression, kind of let us know, wait a minute, maybe we need to slow down or kind of make ourselves a little clearer to get the point across. And a con would be when we misinterpret each other by our body language. So maybe if I'm sitting here, and you're kind of trying to look for advice from me or pouring your heart out to me, and I could possibly be, looking around the room, trying to pay attention to you, but at the same time, maybe a lot of things are going on in my life at the moment, and I can't seem to focus on you. You might, get your feelings hurt, and that's something that was done unintentionally. So that's why it is important to be aware of what we're doing. Lastly, cultural differences are important to know just for the mere fact that maybe you decide to go out of town or to another country, especially another country, because our culture differs from each country to country. So these are important to know because we don't want to offend others, and since they do vary, we have to be careful or cautious of what we're sending out to others as well. Our gestures, like here in America, we use the peace sign to indicate peace, but maybe in somewhere else, in another part of the world, it could just mean something totally offensive. Our appearance, how we dress, maybe can affect an outcome of me possibly getting hired on somewhere. If I came with a short dress or something, in a low-cut top, and I could, I probably will never hear a call from that office again. I wasn't professional enough. Eye contact could also be offensive. Possibly if I'm walking down the street and I make eye contact with a male, his wife might find that offensive at another country, so I want to try to avoid those types of situations. In conclusion, as you can see, nonverbal communication is a complex part of our communication. Having basic awareness of these improves interaction with others. My hope would be that you go home and apply this awareness in your everyday life.